At first glance, Captain Burns, kneeling before the White Clad, feels like a betrayal of everything he's ever stood for. This is the same man who mentored Shinra, who once stood against the evangelist's influence, and who burned with the power of justice. Literally. So why would he suddenly bend the knee to the very enemy he's fought for so long? Well, it's not as simple as a sudden betrayal. Haumea didn't overpower him with brute strength. She outmaneuvered him with psychological warfare. Her ability, Talking Head, lets her tap into the thoughts, fears, and emotional triggers of others. And that's exactly what she uses against Burns. She doesn't just read his mind, she reshapes his entire belief system. She doesn't fight his power, she fights his faith. She knows Burns is a priest at heart, a man driven by duty and devotion to the Holy Soul Temple. So what does she do? She twists that devotion, feeding him a narrative where the White Clad aren't the villains, they're the chosen ones. She brings up his past, the eye he lost, his connection to the Adola, and convinces him that everything he's experienced has been part of Soul's divine plan. When Haumea tells him that the White Clad are simply fulfilling the will of Soul, it hits harder than any punch. For Burns, it's no longer a matter of loyalty to the Fire Force, it becomes a matter of spiritual obedience. And when one of his own men speaks up, Haumea uses their past sins as leverage. She gaslights them with half-truths, bending reality just enough that even the audience starts questioning what's real. By the end of the episode, Captain Burns isn't just a man manipulated, he's a man transformed. His faith has been weaponized, and that's more dangerous than any firepower. That's why he agrees to use Captain Obi as bait. That's why he turns his back on Shinra. Captain Burns didn't betray the Fire Force out of weakness. He was converted, and that makes him one of the most terrifying enemies Shinra has ever faced. And with this being the final season, one thing's for sure. That eventual clash between Burns and Shinra is going to be explosive. That's all for this video. If you're enjoying this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.